You trusted her. You gave her everything. Your time, your energy, your love, your loyalty. You sacrificed, you believed, you stayed when it was hard. You held on when it was heavy. You thought that meant something. You thought that kind of devotion would be returned. You thought loyalty meant loyalty. But one day you found out the truth. She wasn't yours. Her smile, her body, her heart, they were shared with another. And in that moment, the floor beneath you collapsed. There is no pain like betrayal. Betrayal doesn't just hurt, it changes you. It takes the man you were and shatters him into pieces. It makes you question your worth, your strength, your identity. You replay every laugh, every kiss, every night you thought was sacred, only to realize you were loving a lie. And it cuts so deep that you start to believe maybe it was you. Maybe you weren't enough. Maybe if you were stronger, richer, better, she wouldn't have done it. But let me tell you something, brother. Her betrayal is not a reflection of your weakness, it is a reflection of her character. You see, cheating is not the end of you. It is the beginning of you. It is the fire that burns the old version of you to ash. It is the storm that tears down your illusions, leaving behind a foundation where a stronger man can be built. A woman who cheats has exposed her truth. She was never your queen. She was never your partner. She was never built to stand in the fire with you. She was only built to consume, to take, and to flee when tested. And instead of destroying you, she has freed you. This pain you feel, it is the forge. Every man who has ever risen from nothing has walked through heartbreak. Every king was once a man who had his trust broken. Every legend was once a man who felt worthless, betrayed, forgotten. But the difference is this: they refused to stay broken. They took betrayal and turned it into power. They took heartbreak and turned it into hunger. They took rejection and turned it into revolution. That is the path laid before you right now. You have two choices: collapse or rise. Collapse, and you drown yourself in sorrow, distractions, and self-pity. Rise, and you weaponize the pain. You turn the betrayal into fuel. You use it to power every workout, every late-night grind, every disciplined morning. You use it to sharpen your mind, to toughen your heart, to awaken the beast within you. Because nothing motivates a man more than the fire of betrayal. Nothing hardens a man faster than realizing the world does not care about his feelings, only his results. And when you rise, when you claw your way out of heartbreak, you become something dangerous. You become a man who can no longer be manipulated by sweet lies. You become a man who doesn't hand out loyalty for free. You become a man who no longer places his value in the hands of another. You learn the truth. The only approval you ever needed was your own. Understand this: a woman's betrayal does not make you less of a man. It gives you the opportunity to become more of one. Because when you no longer fear betrayal, you no longer fear anything. Once you've survived being broken from the inside, nothing on the outside can break you again. That is when you are at your strongest. When you stand not because someone loves you, but because you refuse to fall. And here is the other side of betrayal. It clears the path for you to find the kind of woman who truly uplifts a man. Because yes, there are women who cheat, who lie, who betray. But there are also women who believe, who build, who multiply. A real woman does not tear her man down. A real woman fuels him. A real woman sees his flaws but chooses to stand beside him anyway. A real woman takes the seed he gives her and multiplies it. His love becomes her devotion. His effort becomes her loyalty. His dream becomes her mission. That is the difference between betrayal and blessing. So stop crying for the one who betrayed you. She was never your blessing. She was your lesson. She was your test and she failed, and now you must pass yours. You must rise above the bitterness, above the weakness, above the temptation to quit. You must take this pain and build with it. Use it to harden your body, sharpen your mind, strengthen your spirit. Every time you want to fold, remember her betrayal. Every time you want to stop grinding, remember her lies. Every time you want to give in to comfort, remember her disloyalty, and then push harder, grind longer, rise stronger, because one day you will look back at this moment and realize she didn't break you, she built you. Her betrayal awakened the warrior inside you. betrayal pushed you to grow into the man you were always meant to become. She thought she ended you, but all she did was light the fire of your rebirth. And when you rise, when you've built your empire, when you stand tall and unshakable, she will look back with regret. She will wonder how she lost a man who refused to stay broken. She will wish she had stayed loyal, but by then you won't even remember the sound of her voice, because kings do not look back at those who betrayed them. Kings build, kings rise, kings move forward. So let her cheat, let her walk away, let her show her weakness. Because you, brother, you will show your strength. You will prove that betrayal does not destroy men like us. It awakens us. It forges us. It turns us into something greater than we ever imagined. And one day you will find a woman worthy of your loyalty. One who uplifts instead of tears down. One who builds instead of betrays. One who sees the king in you and vows not out of fear, but out of love and respect. But until that day, you grind alone. You sharpen your sword. You build your kingdom. You become unstoppable. Betrayal was never your ending. Betrayal was your beginning. And from this day forward, you rise not as the man who was cheated on, but as the man who turned pain into power, heartbreak into hunger, betrayal into a crown. So stand tall, wipe your tears, pick up your crown, and rise. Because no betrayal, no heartbreak, no disloyalty will ever be enough to end a man who has chosen to become inevitable.